Yo, what is happening today, lads? Today we have a follow-up video on the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer news. I delayed this video a bit because there wasn't really too much information coming out, and if it was information, a lot of it was just bullshit fake leakers on Twitter, and little bits of legit information from the Gaming Revolution and Keith the COD VIP via tweets, which all of that will be included in this video as well. But I didn't feel that all that information was really enough to make a full video on, so I kind of did my own detective type shit, looked into it, and had a huge breakthrough with information, which I'm really happy to get this video out. I also wanted to say thank you for all the support on the last video. It's at 90,000 views and over 4,000 likes, which is absolutely fucking mental. Once again, I don't like bringing this up, but 98% of the viewers on the last video are still not subscribed.
Why?
So I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a sub, as it motivates me to make more videos and put out more content, even for COD 2020 and all that shit that's coming out. This video took way more effort to make, as I had to do some real hunting to find this information, so if you drop a like, I'd really appreciate that as well. I think you'll understand why I deserve it once you've watched the video. Strap yourself in, because this shit is crazy. Let's get straight into it. So, as I said before, that there wasn't much information coming out throughout the last couple of weeks about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer. So I decided that I wanted to find out more information on my own. And from memory, the ways that stuff is leaked in the past or come out unofficially before release can often be through game store suppliers like Gamestop, EB Games, stuff like that. I remember for Zombie Chronicles 2, the Black Ops 3 DLC 5, that started popping up in like a Brazilian game store, and that's how the first leaks about Zombies Chronicles came about. So having that in mind, I thought, fuck it, it's worth a shot to reach out to these game stores like GameStop and EB Games across the world to see if I can get in contact with the suppliers and find out any information about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer. I contacted more than 20 stores on Facebook and via email. So to put a believable message together, I thought I'd pretend to be a parent of a kid who's just bought the game and thought it came with the online multiplayer. So then the message came across as more of a legitimate inquiry about the game that they'd purchased, so that hopefully I could get more information. So the message I sent out was this: hello, I have recently bought some PlayStation vouchers from GameStop for my son, which he used to buy Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. I don't usually like him buying games in the online PlayStation store, but apparently you guys weren't selling disc copies for some reason. I was surprised to find out the game only includes the single player campaign. I bought this for him as Modern Warfare 2 was one of my favourite games that I played over 10 years ago. So I wanted him to experience the online multiplayer, and so I could have a few goes too. As I said, the game is only single player campaign, which he finds boring. Is the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer releasing separately, and will you guys be selling it? If so, I will refund the PlayStation Store purchase and buy it from you guys. As cringy as the message is, I wanted to involve these extra details so it would give some encouragement for the game store to reply, as it regards a purchase from their store. And it worked. I got 4 replies, 3 from GameStop and 1 from EB Games. The first reply I got was from an EB Games store in Australia. They said, at this stage there is nothing confirmed for either the multiplayer or the physical release as of yet. However, I assume it will be a yes to both in the future. The launch of Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was a nice surprise to everyone. However, it seems for at the least immediate future, the multiplayer focus is on the newest Modern Warfare title instead. Sorry I don't have any solid information for you at this point. Regards. The next reply I got was from a GameStop in Texas, America. They said, hi, thanks for reaching out. Regrettably, Activision only plans to remaster the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, and currently there are no plans to give us the greatness that was its multiplayer. Again, thank you for reaching out. GameStop, Texas. Now you're probably wondering, why the fuck are you showing this? This goes completely against what the video is about and doesn't prove the multiplayer at all. The reason I showed these two are these the two negative replies I got. The next two replies have some really juicy information, but I wanted to show these two first because I don't want to bullshit this video. I want to be 100% transparent, and regardless, these two next replies make up for it anyway. Now the third reply I got was from Gamestop Hickory. This was my first successful hit where we got some really interesting information. I'm going to show on screen me scrolling through the messages and clicking on the Facebook page just so people in the comments don't go and say it's bullshit. It's clearly real. Now the reply I got back from these guys was, so they only released Modern Warfare 2 Remastered as campaign only for now, and it has not been made physically just yet. Right now, from what I'm aware of, they're bringing the multiplayer out sometime at the end of the year. That is all I know for right now. Hope that helped. Now, before we even talk about this crazy shit, I'm going to show you the last reply I got, which is even more insane. This last reply is from GameStop Pittsburgh, which reads, "Hi there. Thanks for reaching out. The reason you couldn't find it in our store is because it launched as a digital only release, which was always planned by Activision. So I would definitely not refund it, as due to the pandemic, plans have changed on selling it on disc as of now. I can't speak on the specifics, but also due to the virus, other planned related Call of Duty releases have been delayed indefinitely. So I would hold on to the digital copy because it might be a while before we get updates on other products, at least for a few months. When we get the updates from Activision on the other related releases, we may have updated plans on disc bundles releases for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Hang in there, I'm sure they are eager to get their marketing back on schedule after all this craziness. So keep an eye out on announcements on Activision's social media pages over the next couple months, as I'm sure there will be some exciting announcements. I hope this was helpful, Cindy." Like, holy shit. Thank you, Cindy, that was very fucking helpful. I'm even going to show on screen me scrolling through the messages, just so people don't think I'm bullshitting once again. And to prove even further, you can search these pages up on Facebook and you can even message them yourselves. They are real pages and they are real GameStop stores. So firstly, the third message I received, which was from GameStop Hickory, that said that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer will be dropping later in the year, which is crazy. This is new information that we've heard. It makes sense because due to the virus, things are going to be delayed, which is even backed up even further by the fourth message I got from GameStop Pittsburgh, which said a whole heap of information that we have never heard of. Firstly, a bundle that may be coming. Craziest thing is the mention of other Call of Duty titles having a delayed release. Now, to me, this sounds like they're talking about the multiplayer, as she mentioned a bundle that it's kind of like the campaign was supposed to come out the multiplayer, or the multiplayer was supposed to drop on April 30th, like I suspected in my last video, a later drop when it drops on Xbox and PC. Or she could be talking about COD 2020 or a entirely different Call of Duty release. But I really highly suspect she is talking about the multiplayer, as also she does mention that you should look out for announcements on Activision's social medias. Whether she's saying that because she knows there's going to be an announcement, I'm actually not sure, but it would be definitely something that we obviously be looking at anyway. It sounds like from the messages that the on-disc copy has been delayed, or the plans have changed for it because of the pandemic, or maybe the plan originally was to have the multiplayer and the campaign as the on-disc version as a bundle, and that was going to have a delayed release anyway. Regardless, I think the original release date for the multiplayer has definitely going to be delayed until all the crazy shit is over. It's actually so sick how well this worked. It worked a lot better than I thought it would, and I can't believe how much new information I got out of this. I could sit here for ages and theorize about what could happen. I think ultimately I'm going to be reading a lot of the comments to see what you guys think as well. It's going to be interesting to see if this does release later in the year, like these messages suggest, how that's going to affect the release of COD 2020 and the Call of Duty cycle. She also specifically states related Call of Duty releases have been delayed. So like plural releases, maybe it is Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer and COD 2020. It would make sense that they'd all be pushed over together because of the pandemic. Anyway, like I said, I'll be replying to a lot of the comments, so make sure to drop some discussions in the comment section, and even hit me up on Twitter at skiteinnit, same as my YouTube. My DMs are open, so you can hit me up there. Now, even for some further good news, we got another tweet recently from Keith, the COD VIP. Keith says here, just a few more weeks to go, this is going to be life-changing for sure. Obviously, it's hard to know what he's talking about because it's quite vague, but from his previous tweets that we've covered, and he's talking a lot about Modern Warfare 2 Multiplayer Remastered, we can assume this might be about that. So we might even be seeing an earlier drop of the multiplayer in the next few weeks, other than the next few months. Maybe it's depending how things are going with the pandemic, who knows, but this is definitely another exciting tease from Keith. So the last thing we're going to be talking about is the leaked Activision call that came out about a week ago. Pretty much it's two kids calling Activision about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and it's kind of weird. The guy on the other side of the phone seems nervous. I can't really back this up for how legit this is, but it does kind of sound real because him and his mate are laughing, and there's a bit of miscommunication between the guy on the phone and the guy who's calling. I'm going to play the most important segment of the phone call for you guys just to see what you think.
Saying that.
I think Activision was saying that.
Haven't all of our games had multiplayer?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. That's what doesn't make any sense. Because all of the games have multiplayer, but I don't know, I forgot, I'm not really sure exactly who said it. I think it was Activision that said that there would be campaign only.
No, a leaker said that.
Or actually no, maybe it was a leaker that said it. I'm not really sure, but all I know is, I mean, if there's no multiplayer, like would you buy it if there was no multiplayer?
I don't know. I don't really need the remaster. I already played it once.
Oh. You've already played what?
Modern Warfare 2 before it was remastered.
Oh yeah. Before, but I mean, when it's remastered, like do you understand that if I know you're not CEO, but I know you have a little bit of power to to talk to CEO. So if you can get this message across, multiplayer is needed, or nobody will be buying that video game. and I know you understand completely that multiplayer is needed. You understand?
Yeah, I think that you shouldn't listen to what people are saying online and just wait for the official release.
That's exactly what I've been trying to tell my friends, but they're a little anxious, and it's getting a little out of hand. So I really just wanted to call and make sure. Because, I mean, I've been trying to tell them that, every game has multiplayer. Why would they release with no multiplayer? But they're getting a little scared,
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't... Yeah, I feel like your friends are jumping to conclusions. So.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, you have a fantastic day. Just please, just make...
When I first heard this, I kind of thought it was bullshit, but after listening to it for a bit, and you kind of hear his mate giggling to his mate while he's on the phone, it actually does sound real. Whether the person on the other end of the phone is actually an Activision employee, I can't confirm, but it does sound, this is how things get leaked usually, so it does sound fairly legit, so I'll put it in the video just in case. But other than that, that's going to wrap up the video today, lads. Cheers for watching. This was actually pretty sick to make, because I actually learnt a lot about what's probably coming for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Later.